Hi everyone, this is Sagar Shah and I am right now in Mumbai at the studios of the Esports World Cup. We are going to commentate from here. We have Nihal, Arjun, Arvind, Pranesh all playing in this event along with Magnus, Hikaru, Firuja. But do you remember there was this scheduling thing that had happened between the EWC and the Grand Chess Tour, which means that another amazing event is taking place right now in the US, which is the Sinkfield Cup and the Cairns Cup. The Sinkfield Cup is the tournament of 10 amazing players that has Pragnananda, Pragnananda, Caruana, and many other great players, Anish Giri, who are playing there. And the Cairns Cup is a top tournament for women's. And there we have Divya and Vaishali and Humpy, all three playing with some other big names there. In the first round, in the open section, that's the Sinkfield Cup, we had Prag's game that ended in a very solid draw against Sam Savian. But there was only one decisive result, that was Fabiano Caruana winning his game against Jordan Van Forest. So Fabi is leading the tournament now after round one. But in the women's section, Vaishali and Divya played against each other, and now this was an incredible battle. I must say it was like a super well fought game, and it started off with a semi-slav. Then Vaishali pushed a6, Divya pushed a6, Vaishali played e4, and it seemed like white was doing quite well. But Divya went super aggressive, she went b5. She was like, if the kings are castled on opposite wings, I must attack. And so she played b5, a5, just went all out. And at some point, it felt like the position is even. But Divya had this d5 square, which was very strong. And she could push her pawn to a3, but she wasn't. And Vaishali wasn't pushing her pawn to a3. So there was a brief moment where that could have been possible. But then Vaishali played a3. And the position looked kind of even. But I loved the maneuver that Divya played, knight e7. What a move this was, like outstanding move. Why? Because now the d4 pawn is hanging. And here Vaishali had to play the move g4 to stop knight f5. Giving up the d4 pawn, takes, and playing queen d3. Because any trade into the endgame means that the a4 pawn is weak and Divya would be in trouble. So that's the reason why this was the defense. But she played, she let the knight come to f5, lost the d4 pawn, and I think under time pressure, the game ended so quickly. Divya just completely won with bishop d3 was a mistake, and then queen came to d5, throwing a discovered attack, and if you take, then rook d5, and already you're losing a piece. So that means Divya has beaten Vaishali, the World Championship challenger. A great start for Divya. In the other games, Alice Lee managed to win her game. And there was a beautiful tactic in the game of Carissa Yip and Tan Zhongyi. So in this position, you have to pause and try to find what is the only move to hold for black. So she blundered with queen f8. And, queen e6 check and d7 was hanging. Carissa blundered. Queen e5 also doesn't work because of queen e6 check. Takes d, and now g7 is hanging, e7 is coming, it's winning for white. The move was queen f7, and this is such a difficult move, right? Because knight takes h6 is happening, but after king f8, if you take knight takes f7, I'll take your queen. So that queen f7 was the only defense, she didn't find it, and so that was a win for Tan Zhongyi. So in the women's section, we have three leaders now: Alice Lee, we have Divya, and we have Tan Zhongyi. And well, this tournament will be exciting. We'll try to cover both EWC and this. For now, this is Sagar Shah signing off. Bye-bye.